Today's review is on the LEGO Marvel set, Spider-Man Web Warriors Ultimate Bridge Battle. This set is number 76057. It contains 1,092 pieces and retails for about $100 in the United States. There's a link in the description where you can buy this set online. Okay, so let's take a quick tour around the whole set before diving into some of the details. So this is a really big set here, really big bridge construction. Got a taxi hanging off the edge there, as well as Aunt May. Down below we've got a little spider jail where Peter can trap one of the villains and take their photo. Kraven's got a little lair down below. Up here we've got spider webs hanging off the side, bird's nest up top, kind of a view down the bridge here. It's got a nice road on it. There's some stickers underneath with printouts of the Daily Bugle and some graffiti. Got the Green Goblin hanging out at top. Spider-Man walking on the suspension bridge. There's a bunch of play features in this set, so just to quickly show off some of them. If we take the Scorpion here and put him on this trap door, we can pull out this, and he falls down beneath into the spider prison. There's a garbage can over here that's got a little catapult for flying garbage. So Spider-Man has a little ledge over here he can perch on. If you put one of his webs on there, then you can press a button here to make him fly off and web sling. These road signs up here can be kind of flown through like that, break open. This part of the bridge over here where we've got the taxi hanging off, that can open and close, so you can actually have the taxi kind of like skid off and be caught by this spider web there in the nick of time. This Green Goblin flag at the top, if you press on that, releases a spider net, or perhaps it's a Kraven net here to catch whatever's below. You can also make the sides of the bridge tower here pop out by twisting these things, so they go flying. So that can be fun if you want something to blast through, maybe with one of the Goblin's pumpkin bombs blowing up the sides of the wall there. This piece of wall on Kraven's lair also comes off really easy, so you can pop that in and out. Taking a look at the bridge as just a model of a bridge, I like how they have all the different variations of light gray and dark gray with different textures. So you've got some just smooth bricks, some of the bricks with the brick pattern on it, some random studs sticking out of the side, as well as some of the kind of pillowy bricks. So it definitely has like a old stone bridge look to it with all of that. These studs also serve as nice places where you can attach web lines to if you want your characters to be webbing up the side. So it serves both as like a look and a functional aspect there. I really like these suspension wires here. They're definitely like fun to move around in all sorts of weird ways, and you can also have characters stand on them for sort of fun fights happening like up the wires of the bridge. That definitely feels very Spider-Man-y to have characters fighting on the wires of a bridge. So yeah, I just really like bouncing them. Boo! Over on the end here, you can see they kind of have like cut off bridge stuff as if it had been damaged over here. Which is nice if you want like kind of a destroyed bridge look. But if you actually want to connect this to like a city landscape, you might want to clean this bit up a little bit. Looking at the bottom, there's some nice details down here with all the little sort of rocks sticking up in different directions, as well as I previously mentioned some kind of graffiti and stuff, which definitely lends to the kind of New York City vibe of the set. This one's a little less interesting, but I even like this little touch of the kind of mossy piece down here to hide a little bit of the entrance. And you can see the same color repeated in different areas as little pieces of moss. On the other end of the bridge, they actually have a Technic connector here. So if you bought two of these, this would be a really easy place where you could attach them to each other to kind of make this be a more full suspension bridge. So that's nice that they kind of have this here, which is only really if you're buying 2 copies of the set, but that they're keeping those sorts of Lego fans in mind. If you're using 4 wide vehicles, the bridge is wide enough to have 2 separate lanes here, and you could decide whether this is a one-way bridge with 2 lanes or a 2-way bridge, except we'd be driving on this side in New York City. Drive on the right side of the road in America. If you have like 6 wide vehicles as kind of the standard in your city, then this would definitely just be a 1-lane bridge. But for the included ones, you do kind of get 2 nice lanes there. Also wanted to just talk about this giant tile piece. It's an 8x16 tile. I have never gotten one of these tiles before, but it's really nice. Just a giant flat Lego piece. I got excited about it. And it's nice that they have sort of drainage grates along the side there so that in case of a rainstorm, the bridge wouldn't get flooded. Up here with the bird's nest, I did want to point out this one detail. So it has a sort of like, here's the year the bridge was built emblem on it. But really 1962 is the year that Spider-Man was created. So that's a nice reference there to the history of Spider-Man. Also, one thing I want to point out about the play feature with this net is that you just kind of have to shove the net up in there, and it doesn't always like stay nicely in there, so sometimes you've got like dangly bits of net. So if you're not a fan of dangly nets, you might want to just take that out when you're using this. Well, the bridge part of this set has lots of fun play features and is great as an architectural design of a suspension bridge. What I really love about this set is all the cool, unique minifigures. So let's take a look at each of the minifigures one by one. Okay, first and foremost, the Green Goblin. The Green Goblin is Spider-Man's arch nemesis, and we finally have a great representation of him in Lego form. This is maybe the 5th time that the Green Goblin has existed in some Lego form, but one of them was based on the really ugly version from the original Spider-Man movie. Another one was based on the Ultimate version where he's like a giant Hulk. And then there was one in Juniors where he kind of just looked happy. And then there was one in Mighty Micros where he was like tiny and weird. But this one really looks accurate to the Green Goblin's look from the comics. Lots of great detail printing on the arms, the torso. The use of color here is really spot on for the look of the Green Goblin from comics and the 90s cartoon series, which of course is my reference point for all things Spider-Man. He's got 2 different faces, so he's got this sinister look where he's got some trick up his sleeve and he's about to get you, and then he's got his super angry look where he's mad because Spider-Man has foiled some part of his plan and now he's going into a goblin rage. It's really great to finally get the Green Goblin in kind of classic form here in Lego. This is going to be a really highly sought after minifigure for a lot of people. He's got a flaming pumpkin bomb, which is based on the same head mold as we saw in the Ghost Rider set. So that looks creepy and awesome. And he's got a little purple bag for where he keeps all of his pumpkin bombs. Just as a point of comparison, this is the version of the Green Goblin that came in the Mighty Micros set. It's a much more accessible figure since that set is a lot cheaper than this one. So if you can't afford this Green Goblin, this is a decent stand-in, though you might want to give it slightly taller legs.
Hey, can I have your pumpkin bomb? Sure. Kaboom! And that's how you do it.
Next up, let's take a look at the Scorpion. I love this custom tailpiece that they created. Looks really accurate to the Scorpion's signature, tail stinger thing. Got some great printing on the head and the torso. Definitely looks like the Scorpion from the comics and cartoon and just ready to sting something. One gripe I do have is that they've used a clear piece to attach the tail to the torso. Really seems like they should have made that green because it kind of just looks like the tail is floating a little bit off behind the back. I know that this piece only really exists in clear now, but that would have been a nice touch to make this really look perfect. to make that a green neck bracket. Next up, we have Kraven the Hunter, another classic Spider-Man villain. Great printing here on the torso, lots of detail with the sort of lion face on each side of the vest, his chest showing through, his necklace, the different animal print on the legs. Looks great. I think these legs would be great for just, somebody wearing crazy animal print legs, in addition to being great for Kraven. Some printing on the back as well. Love the hood piece that goes around his neck. One thing that's always been I thought was funny about Kraven is he's got all this insulation here for making his neck warm, but he's got bare arms. I guess his neck runs cold. His head has two different faces on it. The angry face and kind of just more of a smirky face for when he's being sort of normal. The face is not super inspired, but I think they did a great job with the torso, legs, and this custom hood, neck, warming piece thing.
I must destroy Spider-Man. He's my arch nemesis, and I don't like him because of personal reasons. I must hunt Spider-Man. He is the most dangerous game. I have some kind of grudge against him because of journalism, I think. My name's McGargan. Journalism.
Now let's look at the Scarlet Spider. I think they did a great job here representing the Scarlet Spider, who is a clone of Peter Parker who goes by the name Ben Reilly. One of the most noticeable things about his costume is that he has his web cartridges on the outside of it, so they're kind of like bracelets on his arm and across his belt. And he's wearing like a hoodie rather than traditional kind of mask thing. So I like the blue hood on the back. Some nice printing. Definitely looks like a accurate representation of the Scarlet Spider. Fun fact, I tried to get into the Spider-Man comics back in the 90s, right as the Clone Saga was happening, which is one of the most notoriously not so great and difficult to understand times in Spider-Man history. So I did not end up continuing with the comics because I was super confused. But Scarlet Spider looks super cool, and I'm glad he's here from an alternate dimension to fight some bad guys. Now we have Spider-Girl. So this is not the Spider-Girl where it's an alternate reality where Peter Parker and Mary Jane have a daughter named May and she becomes a crime fighter. This is a different alternate reality where Peter Parker is born as Petra Parker, so it's like a female version of Peter named Petra. So in this universe, she's the main spider fighter, and she goes by the name Spider-Girl. She's got some nice printing on the torso. The head printing is the same as the Scarlet Spider, and she's got some hair flowing as well. So I would have preferred Spider-Gwen or Silk, but maybe we'll get those in a future Spider-Man set. Next up we have good old Aunt May. She's got two faces, one where she's smiling and the other where she's scared and screaming. Perfect for when she's falling off a bridge. Nice hair. She's got a nice little scarf. Nice basic torso print for just a custom minifigure if you want to use that for somebody else. So nice little representation of Aunt May. And last but not least, we have Spider-Man. He's the same as he is in all the other current Spider-Man sets, I believe. So not really much to say here, but looks great. But you might have already seen him a couple times in other things, so nothing new, but looking cool. Taking a look at all the vehicles in this set, the coolest thing is definitely this taxi here. There's some stickers you can add on to make it really look like a taxi, but definitely looks like the New York City taxi in yellow. One thing you'll notice, of course, is that it really only seats one person, so not really suitable to actually drive somebody around in a taxi like you would, but you can just put Aunt May in there and pretend she's a taxi driver or she stole this taxi, whatever you want. You make up the story. It's up to you. Here's a look at the Green Goblin's glider. Definitely looks cool and goblin-y. It has these purple things that can shoot off into the distance. Purple laser beam shooty things. You can bend the glider in all sorts of different ways. Depending on the version of the Green Goblin you're thinking about. Might want it in different variants. And it's got some fire coming out the back for flying around.
Now I'm the Green Goblin.
And last and certainly least, there's this police four-wheel vehicle thing. I don't know why Lego puts weird things like this. I mean, does any policeman ever ride a vehicle like this? I don't think so. Yeah. But it's there, and it doesn't, you know, ruin the set. It's just small and weird. Small and weird.
I'm holding this random woman hostage who has no relation to Spider-Man whatsoever just because she was in my way.
Oh no, Aunt May!
Ah! Oh no, Aunt May. She's my prisoner because I know who she is because I know who Spider-Man is. Da 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 da.
Oh no, webs!
But I got her.
Oh no, how will I ever stop the Green Goblin on my own? Don't worry, Peter. We also have an emotional attachment to Aunt May from our universes, so we'll help you. Da 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 da, Spider Team. Web Warriors. The sequel.
Aha, I've took Aunt May to my secret lair on top of a bridge. Spider-Man will never think to look for me on top of a bridge. Kraven, what are you doing here?
I didn't have anything else better to do.
Okay.
Let's use our combined spider strength to make this garbage catapult fly. Garbage!
Slow motion garbage.
Yay, I'm safe! And they all lived happily ever after, aside from the criminals who went to jail. Overall, I think this is a really awesome set. If you're a Spider-Man fan, it's great to have a bridge and all these cool enemies and spider web warriors and Aunt May. Definitely bridges are important in the Spider-Man universe, so having an awesome spider bridge is really cool. I think this bridge could also be great just for people who want to build their own Lego City display, especially if you get two of these and combine them. This could make a really cool suspension bridge. The detail on the minifigures is outstanding. So yeah, if you're a huge Spider-Man fan and love Lego, this is a must-buy. Hey everybody, thanks for watching my video. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to Brick 101 if you haven't already, and check out all my other Lego Marvel videos. I think you'll like them.